Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back on day 1 of the 12 Days of Christmas 2023 with my review of Christmas Bloody Christmas. The tradition lives on. 'Tis the season for the annual 12 Days of Christmas. I decided to kick off the festivities this year with a movie a lot of people reviewed last year when it was first released, Christmas Bloody Christmas. Of course, I held off because there was no physical media release until earlier this year. On the day it finally came out, I was at the store buying this Blu-ray. As I already mentioned, Christmas Bloody Christmas is a 2022 horror film, written and directed by Joe Begos. Joe Begos has quickly become one of my favorite modern-day horror directors, and Christmas Bloody Christmas might just be my favorite from him so far. Although some will probably try to call me a gatekeeper for saying this, I'm going to say it anyway. If you're a horror fan, chances are you'll love Christmas Bloody Christmas. As an obvious horror fan myself, I just can't see not being entertained by this. It has an approximate runtime of an hour and 23 minutes before the closing credits roll. In that time, about a full hour of it is just complete carnage. A company that specializes in military defense robots develops a robotic Santa Claus for the holiday season. It's fully articulate and even has a full vocabulary. It's extremely lifelike, and that's the point. Unfortunately, technology can have its downfalls, like when Robo-Claus malfunctions. It becomes ho-ho hopeless for everyone when this psychotic robotic Santa goes on a killing spree. Our main protagonist, or final girl, in Christmas Bloody Christmas is Tori Toombs, played by Riley Dandy. Isn't that such a cool name? Both of them, I mean. Tori Toombs is a cool name, and so is Riley Dandy. She is a badass final girl, and really nice to look at too. She also has one of the foulest mouths you'll ever hear, with a Rhode Island accent to boot. Tori manages a record store, which sells other retro things like VHS tapes too. It's awesome, and I would love to go there. Robbie Reynolds has worked for Tori for years, and clearly has a crush on her. Tori is totally into him too, despite not admitting it at first. She's just reluctant. After all, she is his boss, and she makes it very clear that she owns him. Tori's friend Lana works at the toy store down the street, where she is spending Christmas Eve with her husband Jay. I bet you can guess what they'll be doing at some point. It's graphic, too. Lana is played by Dora Madison, by the way, a Joe Begos film regular. She was also in the TV series Friday Night Lights, among other things. It's at Lana's toy store where the robotic Santa Claus is displayed. He's just an interactive holiday decoration. Until, of course, he's not. Armed with an axe, his killing spree begins as he sets out to make it a Christmas Bloody Christmas. If you've seen other films by Joe Begos, you probably know what you're in for with this one. He loves using neon lighting, and this is no exception. It's particularly fitting with the Christmas setting. With it taking place on Christmas Eve night, the movie is very dark, yet there are bright lights all around. The neon lights sort of blend together with the Christmas lights. I especially love the detail that Robo-Santa's mouth and eyes glow green, seen here on the Blu-ray cover. This allows the characters, and the viewers, to see him coming in the darkness. As Psycho Robo-Santa gets closer, the green glows brighter. Jason and I watched Christmas Bloody Christmas together, and while we were watching it, Jason said it was comforting. I completely agree too. Even though it shouldn't be, Christmas, Bloody Christmas is a comforting movie, the same way I find Rob Zombie's The Lords of Salem comforting. Speaking of Rob Zombie, one of his acting regulars, Jeff Daniel Phillips, has a role as the town sheriff in this. Kansas Bowling plays Tori's sister. Graham Skipper, another Joe Bagos regular, has a role, and Joe Bagos himself makes an appearance. I really love the dynamic between Tori and Robbie. Watching them on screen together felt like hanging out with old friends. They spend a lot of time talking about horror franchises and their favorite horror sequels, and I love that. It always appeals to me when horror movie characters are horror movie fans, like myself. It makes sense though, since Joe Bagos is passionate about the genre. The kills in Christmas, Bloody Christmas are brutal. People get hacked up with the axe, heads are crushed, necks are snapped, and more. And this Santa just keeps on coming, too. It's like the Christmas Terminator. That's truly the perfect way to describe this movie. If The Terminator were a Christmas slasher film, it would be Christmas, Bloody Christmas. That's what makes Tori Toombs such a badass final girl. She keeps fighting, no matter how many times he keeps coming back from whatever she throws at him. And believe me, she throws everything at him. It doesn't matter though. This is an unemotional, unempathetic killing machine. Literally. Just like the Terminator, his only initiative is to kill. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is safe in this. This film is mean-spirited. At the same time, it manages to be insanely fun. The setting is amazing. I love the record store. I love the toy store. I love the bar the characters go to. And I even love Tori's apartment. Did I mention I love the lights? The neon lights and the Christmas lights all around. It's snowy and icy, and it looks and feels cold. I really like the mechanical whirring sound Psycho Santa makes. That's a nice touch. The oral sex scenes are pretty spectacular. And man, oh man, I love the ending. It's a Christmas massacre. And for me, even the ending was very reminiscent of The Terminator. This movie is awesome. I had a smile on my face the entire time I was watching it. I gotta be honest, guys. Every year I rank the 12 Days of Christmas movies I watched when the 12 days are over. And this one is going to be tough to beat. It's only day one, but we're off to a hell of a start. I absolutely loved Christmas, Bloody Christmas. It blew me away. Have you seen it? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. 1 day down, 11 to go. Check back tomorrow to see what I review for day 2 of the 12 Days of Christmas. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.